So the YouTube is at the top camera.
YouTube,
so it looks like this. Oh, cool. That's what I'm gonna say.
Just a testament of how I'm putting in the work. We had you trap phone. I missed it. What you think? Hey, guys. Somebody don't tell me to be quiet. Today's show is being brought to you by Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com is the website. Got an amazing show for you today. Today is June the 7th, 2018. And you know what that means. Today's show is being brought to you by the Valerie Randolph and the Randolph Agency. You can check her out right up there. She owns Allstate. All of them.
I'm about to say, look, she might.
She has her own Allstate agency. It's located at 1995 Windy Hill Road, right here in Smyrna, Georgia. 770-435-7667 is the number. Super duper cool people coming by again.
Yeah, you know, I did a good job.
Unfortunately, three out of 4 got it right.
Right.
As pertaining to coming to the building.
Yeah, so see what had happened was, and I really feel like my directions are really, really good in that email.
Yeah, you just don't
like
say
where to park.
You just don't say come to where the Braves play. You spell it out.
Like I actually say we're in between these two buildings.
Skye Jones will be here with us today if she can find the building. Also, Amillion is in the building. We're so happy he traveled all the way from Delaware on a mega bus. You know, it took like 90 days for him to get here. But he made it. And also, we're going to talk to author Miss Tara Seals.
What it do?
Not yet. Yeah, let me turn y'all mic off. I see y'all
like
overly excited this morning. Hey, it's going to be a super duper cool show. And once again, like I said, today's show is being brought to you by the Valerie Randolph and the Randolph Agency. You can check her out, therandolphagency.com, or you can go see her today, 1995 Windy Hill Road, Smyrna, Georgia. Yup, it's Michael and Joy in the morning. Power 108.9.
Eyes back.
Wake up, let's go, light skinned brothers.
Golden State Warriors. Yeah. And I said to Brenton, because I fell asleep during the game, I said, who won? And he said, Golden State. I said, are you for real? My son's 8. And he said, yeah. I said, man, after they were getting whipped. And he said, the other team just sorry, mommy. Like, as far as like the whole team, you know, like, it's just tough.
And they played as a team.
Yeah, the best player, but not the best team.
Yeah. Right. I mean, when you scoring 70 plus, 50 plus, and you still can't pull out that win, it's tough. It's tough. Now, I'm trying to tag you. Are you on Facebook, Amillion?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you at?
As Amillion the Poet.
Okay. All one word?
On my like page, and then Amillion Mayfield on my...
I got you.
Yeah.
You, the Wi-Fi is... It's okay. I probably wouldn't have noticed it either. That's why we just did.
I'm gonna pin it too. It's Michael and Joy.
At Michael and Joy in the morning. Thank you. Have a good day. Shout out to my son's birthday. Happy birthday, Naeem. The dream.
We had you trap phone. I missed it. What you think? Today's show is being brought to you by
Yeah, I know where Skye went. She just got like a little kid just walking around in the grocery store. What is all this? It should just.
Good morning, Tracy.
I ain't never seen that.
That's your flyer, Amillion.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. So she'll make it.
Maybe
Hey,
she'll
Melanie,
get a
good morning. Hey,
bathroom.
what's up, Nicole? Good morning, you. James Morton, what up, boy? Good morning, Carl. Check, check.
So NA one, so it's one and Amillion. That's what it
Yeah.
is for him.
The one in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Got an awesome show for you today. Skye Jones is going to be in the building. Amillion's in the building. Miss Tara Seals is going to be in the building hanging out with us. She has a new book. Amillion has a couple shows. Doing a little press run. Not, let me rephrase that. Not a little press run.
Not a little press run, like the
Brother be
actual
packing
press
stage with the arenas. I can barely get like 4 people to watch my Instagram live. Amillion doing his thing. And then, did I mention Skye Jones? Yep. Hey, a bunch of people we're going to talk about today, too.
Very excited.
Yeah. Now, what was I about to say? I'm about to say something.
Oh,
Super duper excited about
I don't
something.
know, but when you decide to say it,
No, I was just going to realize which way I was going to go, whether it's going to be this national day or my birthdays or
What can I
this
hear
or
about
that or anything like that. Sad news. We heard about the death of
yes.
Kate
Kate
Spade.
Spade.
Suicide.
Yeah.
Took her own life the other day. Another person lost their life. What they say that this happens in threes. We got number 2. His name is Marin. Y'all might not know Marin. Jerry Marin, to be more specific. He was the last surviving Munchkin from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
he passed away. According to TMZ, Jerry passed away like a week ago and didn't nobody know. They was doing him like Weekend at Bernie's when they were taking him on press runs. No, I'm just joking about that part. But the cause of death is unknown. Marin is best known for his role alongside Judy Garland in the 1939 classic Wizard of Oz, and he was one of the members of the, the Munchkins, the little lollipop trio, Jonathan. He was one of them. He was 98. He lived a great life though.
98.
Yeah, he did good.
At first, I thought that you were talking about suicides when you said they come in threes. So I was like,
I
somebody else killed
thought
himself?
like death be coming in 3.
I mean, yeah, I get that part. But
Oh,
the
okay.
way you set it up, I was like, man, we got
This
2
is
more
interesting.
suicides that's coming up.
So the question is, who's going to be next? Do we get to name who's going to be next?
I'm not even about to put that out there.
I mean, we can do like an old person,
I
like
was
who
gonna say,
on
but
a
you
break.
know, the other thing that I thought about when you said Munchkins was the little donut holes.
No,
that
I always
Dunkin'
think about
Donuts.
food.
I know.
I mean, I could actually say
so fat.
George Bush, but I mean, he's living a great. Because my over/under was wrong on George Bush, unfortunately.
Yeah, you thought he was.
I said 18 days. Hey, George must have watched the show that day and said, "I'm gonna teach this young whippersnapper."
I was gonna say Barbara did put in some extra work. Huh?
No, Barbara gone.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It's a
What
joke.
kind of extra work?
It's a joke.
Oh, my bad. Hey, but nah. So rest in peace to the Munchkin.
That was so cute.
That.
Barbara
Thank you.
gone.
I know. I thought you forgot.
That's all good.
Amillion is in the building.
Whoop whoop. He over here tagging it up, boy.
I know. What's going on,
You got the
brother?
right flyer
Gotta
this
wake him
time.
up. Gotta wake him up. Next move, best move. I'm happy to be here.
Do that mic check for us, though.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From that Delaware. Now you from Delaware originally, Dover, Delaware, correct?
Washington D.C. originally by way of Delaware,
Nice. What part of DC?
Southeast.
Uh-oh.
The gutter.
Uh-oh, and there goes another one.
What? We don't say DMV.
Yeah.
Joy has to say DMV.
No, I don't say DMV.
Yeah.
I'm from 757. There is a very big difference.
Big difference.
I am from Hampton. The DMV area is up north.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
That's a
you.
little
I'm just
different
saying,
DMV.
like,
That-
you know.
That's closer to the DMV you go to at the store. You know when you go to get
Get
your
your
car right,
license,
you
get
get
your
your
license.
license.
It's not that.
How long did you live in Southeast?
Oh, I live in Southeast up to elementary.
Really?
So like when I say Delaware, I mean that too. It's like father raising his child who
Yeah.
raises. So
Okay.
I claim both, but
Well, that's
Delaware,
awesome.
DC.
Yeah. I
And,
feel
and
you on
it's
that.
because in the community, like, they're not really far from each other at all.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That too. My whole family's still out there.
Because I mean, I think I remember going to a beach and you could see that big bridge that is
That
the
will
bridge that go to
connect.
Delaware, right?
Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
There you go.
There you go.
I've missed a lot of geography classes growing up in Southeast. You know how that is. they
gonna say
weren't
we won't go
important. We just
I
get on
don't
the
need
metro.
this.
Yeah, for what? I know where the metro go. I get on that A2, that A3 Congress Heights. I'm at home. Y'all know nothing about that. Well, welcome to the show, man.
Transfer.
Congratulations to you,
Appreciate it.
man. First of all, you're in Atlanta. You got some shows coming up this week, right?
Yes,
Tell us about who you are first.
Who I am, I mean, you said Amillion, the poet. That's where it started for me. Like my co-counterpart here, I started out with an actual book.
Okay.
That was my intro into hip-hop. I had a Delaware best-selling book that came out first. So it was just my words, my heart. Met with a guy named Victory, who's, salute to him, he's late great now. He passed away about 2 years ago. Introduced me to the music, and that platform just took me around the world and just really opened up for me. So
Tell us about Dover, Delaware. Just tell us about the city, man.
Man, it's the capital.
Okay.
It's the first state. And I don't know, I'm proud. I'm still proud of it though. It's the first state, and I'm just trying to put it all over the map.
Okay.
You know.
So you just told me about the Chesapeake Bridge.
That's connecting you from DC to Delaware.
And then you said it's the first state, so I did not know that. So
There you
I
go.
told you I missed them.
Tidbit fact right there.
Here's
Just
the
in
third-
case you ever need to know something.
And the third piece, Dover is the capital.
Is the
I'm gonna be so
capital.
sharp today.
Oh, I'm so proud of
What's the
you.
capital of Delaware? I bet you don't even know, youngin. Yeah.
You just gonna go around asking random people.
yeah.
Right.
Watch me. We're gonna video it today just for you, Amelia. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna ask random people what the capital of Delaware is and see how
Who
many
wants
people
to
get
be
it
a
right.
millionaire? You have to call it Lifeline.
Right.
Right, and he calling you. I see so many people that are using poetry and writing and putting their words out there. But what gave you what helped you figure out that you could use it as a bigger platform than just like a mom and pop spot coffee shop? You know, because that's kind of where I have seen most poets start. What told you that you can take it to writing a book and then from that platform to where you are now? Because
It was probably the reaction.
okay.
And I basically just wanted to go to where the reaction was organically. Like, I didn't really get the finger snaps when I was in the cafe. I was getting tears, I was getting cheers, I was getting smiles and a lot of things.
Some phone numbers
Right.
probably.
Listen. So for me, it was just not. I wanted to maximize my potential.
Yeah.
So initially, to be honest with you, it blew up in prison.
Okay.
So I started doing prison tours. And then I started to.
It blew up in prison. You was locked up, or you used to just
when
go?
Well, actually, I used to. It started off me just writing. I had a couple friends who was doing life in prison. So it was like, how do my life sentence affect somebody that have a death sentence? That's when I knew it was something bigger than me. And so it blew up in there. And then I just took it whoever I was talking to. I just wanted to take it to them. So I wasn't really just talking. I was talking to everyday life people. So I took it to the churches, I took it to the schools, and I took it to the stage. So for me, it was just organic.
Right.
You know, I've never been an inside the box type of thing.
Yeah. No.
Hey, when we come back, we're gonna tell you where you can catch Amillion in ATL because you got some shows coming up,
Yes, sir.
press, Jones, and all that good stuff. We're gonna talk about Delaware, we're gonna talk about DC, and we're gonna talk about all this product that you brought in for us today, man. Because you really are a brand.
About to say,
And
he got the
super
keys.
duper, oh, we got the keys.
He got the keys.
Got the keys, too.
That's how his publicist got up here today. She had the key to the elevator. How the hell she did that? Hey, when we come back, we got your birthdays, the shout outs. Also, what else we talking about today? Oh, I'm telling you about this Florida residents. No, just people, period, who are most careful and careless with their internet. I'll tell you what states do that. I wonder who that is right there. She found it. Nope, can't get in the door. It's locked. We'll be back. It's Michael and Joy in the morning.
the key.
You got the key. Power 108.9. Wake up, wake up.
Hey Wardell. Hey Cyrus.
So now you want to come up. Now you want to come up.
I was
We
lost.
asked you to stay where you were. You just walking all
No,
around
and
with the
the
brains
security
game.
was late. I mean, the security was sleeping.
Find what you
Go
found.
ahead,
Huh?
stand over
The
there.
security.
Oh no, that wasn't
Good morning.
security.
How
That
you
was
doing?
just some
I'm
random.
Michael.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
okay.
I'm coming,
Miss Randolph.
How you doing?
They're talking about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really not really. I'm gonna grab you a chair.
Really not.
Hey Valerie.
Hey,
Gentlemen,
Cyrus.
first, y'all want to sit down?
How are you? Good morning.
I'm fine. I'm Valerie. Nice to meet
How you
you.
doing? Amillion,
Morning,
pleasure.
Laura.
Nice to meet
How
you.
are you?
Night eating the dream. Happy birthday. Hey, Tim.
Happy birthday.
She hiding behind me. She hiding in the background.
So in the studio, guys, we don't do you like V or Hyde or anybody like that. We don't kick you out after your segment, but what we do is play musical chairs. So we will be flopping y'all in and out so y'all can get a full interview.
Okay, that's
All
do
right.
you want me to?
No, I'm gonna bring that in there, Valerie. You don't have to mess your pretty hands up. Hey, y'all, this is Valerie Randolph. This is the Allstate that we were just talking about. She on all the Allstate. All of it. But if you want to find it, go to the one on Windy Hill.
Yes, do that.
You got a chair?
Yes, it's
Okay.
right here. I'm kind of fine. I'm about to say, I know I ain't get up for you to stand up. You're not gonna sit. You want to sit here? You sure?
Girl, sit down.
I'm about to say yes. You
Relax
gonna make
yourself.
Yeah, you gonna make.
You know this is a 2-hour show, right?
You gonna make us nervous. I'm gonna be like, what you doing, baby?
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Hanging out with Amillion. He's in the building with us today. Dover, Delaware, by way of Southeast DC. If you don't say Southeast, then you ain't from there. You just know somebody that lives in Southeast. Shout it. Also, we're gonna be talking to Miss Skye Jones. She bounced her way into the studio today. I know what she found everything.
I want to say, but she found it.
She found it. Yes,
we
she
missed
did.
it the last time.
Oh, she was supposed to come
Oh,
along?
yeah.
Hey, it was a minute where I thought, is she at Sensation Station?
I
Like,
know.
is she still there?
Did she go to the wrong building?
Hey, also today's show has been brought to you by Valerie Randolph and the Randolph Agency. Like I said, you can check her out, 1995 Windy Hill Road, Smyrna, Georgia, right here in Atlanta. Smyrna, Georgia, right here in Atlanta, but it really is Smyrna. Check out the website, therandolphagency.com, or you can give them a call today. They open up at 8:30, 770-435-7667. It was super cool because look, Eddie was here when Eddie was here. For those that have been missing Eddie, just give you an update. He had a medical condition that happened because of HIPAA. I can't disclose that, or maybe I can't even say that part. Too late.
Somebody shot him in his pinky toe.
He's an independent contractor anyway, but Eddie is doing a lot better. So hopefully we'll get Eddie back one day next week. But he's actually recovering, and I just saw him 2 days ago, I think it was, and he's doing a lot better. And we'll have him come in and talk about what happened to him.
Of course, yeah.
But,
I'm glad to know that he's feeling better. I was wondering where he was at.
Yeah, and
he
then
stopped playing the game. He
disappeared. No call, no show. You know how the millennials are. I did make him bring me a doctor's note though, so just FYI. And he got wrote up too for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, he was supposed to finish some promo stuff, and then I wrote him up. Like I put it on official letterhead and everything. I was just like, this is a written verbal warning. Is that how you do it?
I was gonna say, is it written and verbal, or was it just
It was supposed to be verbal, but I wrote it, so you created something new, a written verbal.
Yeah, that's only you, Michael.
And then the sad part about it, that Negro laminated it. It was like, I got wrote up. Like, you think it's a game, son? Oh yeah, I don't pay you, do I? Oh yeah, that's right. So,
I was gonna say, but the beautiful thing is Eddie really, really loves coming up here, and I'm really excited about that. Can you get my key card from him?
You gotta get it from Eddie. You gotta. I'm not fighting him.
I mean, he's sick. He can't use it.
No, he's better now. He's back.
I know, but he ain't here.
Yeah.
So about that, it's my.
Hey, but yeah. So shout out to Amillion. Amillion, where you gonna be at this weekend, brother?
The AMBC Awards actually Saturday.
Okay, this Saturday,
yes,
and
AMBC Awards. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it really is. I ain't even gonna try that one, but I got you. But tell us a little bit about your style and what you talk about.
My style? Well, I'm wearing Zara. That's one of my endorsement deals.
Oh, with Zara?
Yeah,
nice.
Yes,
you can't be a 36 in Zara, boy. You gotta be like 34 below.
You gotta get it right.
Yeah.
Get it right, get it tight.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm wearing one in there. No, I like to call myself an ordinary man with just an extraordinary gift. I'm just going through balancing it out. I'm still a father first, but I'm humbled enough to travel internationally with the music and like I said, we started with the book and we here today.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you layer your stuff? Because I know that had to
Mm-hmm.
become, at first probably kids out there, they're just writing, they're
Right,
just
right.
freestyling. And then there's a point where you begin to have to put it together and structure it right. When did you realize that?
I just kept evolving. I don't even think I realized it kind of happened organically. You know, it was like, okay, when I was speaking from the heart, it was the poetry. When I evolved to literary, having a book, I literally put a book out. When the music came about, it just continued to open up that platform. The only rules in my household was just, you got to be great at whatever you do. So that's all I did. I just took it to the utmost.
That's what I'm talking about.
So now we got. So the key is that you're promoting and that we see on what
Definitely.
what is that? I mean,
Well,
more
the key, one tidbit fact we didn't say other than the first state in the capital, I was humble enough to get the key to my city.
Hey, turn up! Come on.
So all my projects are real organic. So when I got that key to the city, I thought about the key drives and everything like that because I wanted to put people in the driver's seat on what it felt like. It wasn't just, okay, you get an award and it's good. Like where I come from, I know about different keys growing up.
Right.
So I wanted to kind of put people in that because I started to get a lot of extra responsibility. It was like, okay, when you was rapping and writing, it was like, okay, it's good, but now you got a power behind in a business and a brand. I wanted to like let people know. Like,
And you got
so,
these kids watching you, not just the kids in your household, but kids all over the world.
So when you get the key to the city, does it open any goddamn thing?
It opens it up. It opens everything. It opens a lot of people's eyes up. It opens some doors up. It opens a lot of things. I just wanted to let people know, it's like you can go jaywalking and now suddenly you're on the front page of news.
Right. So is it a criteria? Is it something you gotta
Man,
specifically do to get the key?
And your journey, man, has taken you like not just the southeastern part of America, man. You've been all over, man. Tell us about that journey when you got that first passport status.
It's been the first one? Oh man, that was about 3 years ago now, man. That was humbling because coming from, like you said, DC and then Delaware, which was even a smaller platform. To me, it was a dream come true to go to the UK, Amsterdam. Just got back from Jamaica. I mean, it's pure love out there.
Yeah.
I invite everybody to at least go out there at least one time so you can get real pure love, like untainted.
Hey, Amillion is in the building with us. We're going to tell you where you can check him out this weekend if you in ATL, Georgia, because he got the keys, Shawty. There they go right there if you don't believe me. Hey, look who else is in the building with us. Mrs. Seals is in the building. Bossy is as Bossy does. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Good morning, y'all.
Welcome to the show, sis.
Thank you.
Come on,
Girl, you got a lot of letters behind your name.
Hey, well, they were necessary to get to where I am on this journey, and also to help other people along the journey as well. So,
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Seals.
definitely. So I am a native of Memphis, Tennessee. So
Memphis.
Shout out to Memphis, Tennessee, y'all. I am a graduate of the University of Memphis.
Okay.
Got 3 degrees by the age of 25.
Bam.
I use all of my degrees every day of my life. So I'm not one of those that say, oh, you don't need a degree or whatever. It's all about what you do with it. A lot of people have things, but they don't do anything with it. So it's just up to you, to execute and get things done.
Amen.
How did this start for you? Something happened in your life that you said, now it's time for me to step up?
Well, I'm also an educator as well.
Okay.
I'm currently a special needs educator, and by me teaching grade levels, elementary all the way up to college. So I've touched ages 6 to 78.
Wow.
And I saw something that was very unique and the same in all of these age groups.
And what was that?
And that was everyone can boss everyone else around and tell everyone else what they need to do except themselves.
Amen.
So that counts for ages 6 to all the way to 78. So that's the reason why I came up with the title, Bossy is as Bossy does, because we are so focused on bossing other people around that we get left out. So how about you boss yourself? So Bossy is as Bossy does.
Let's start there first.
About you bossing yourself around and looking in the mirror and taking inventory on what you need to do for yourself.
You know, the other day, Jada Pinkett has this Red Table Talk platform that she's starting to use, and I was watching one, and she actually said that the hardest part about looking in the mirror is now, once you figure it out, now you have to take onus and now you have to be accountable to yourself. So it's easy for me to be like, girl, blah, 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 and do da 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 da.
Oh, yeah.
But then when I have to actually look at the man in the mirror, like how Michael Jackson told us, it's like, never mind, I don't really feel it.
That self-check part is something that people rarely do. It's very hard to do.
Now, I have to ask you, and we brought this question up yesterday, you motivate a lot of people. Bossy is as bossy does. 5 keys to open the doors. How do you open your doors, though?
Well, actually, it's not so much about motivating. I'm seeing a million motivational speakers. We need education. I'm in public education. I've only taught at Title I schools where 99 to 100% of my students were very poor, poverty level, things of that nature. That's the only place I want to teach.
Okay.
Because I'm interested in not only motivating, but educating them. Because once you motivate, then what? The execution part is still there. It's something that they need to do. So they need to be educated first, then motivated, then I can show you how to execute it. Because without the education and just the motivation, then what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, and it'll only last but for so long until
It's
they
very
hear
temporary.
somebody else. Yeah.
All right, Miss Sills, how do you pronounce your first name? I didn't want to say Tara and it was Tara, and I didn't want to say Tara and it was Tara.
It's Tara.
Tara. I had to go with Tara. There we go. I figured it out.
Yep.
Hey, the book. Where can they grab the book?
They can grab the book at bossyisbossydoes.com. It is available in 4 formats: hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook.
Come on, audio.
Yes.
Bam.
Yes.
Just in case you don't feel like reading.
Hey.
You said all that, but where can they get it, though?
bossyisbossydoes.com.
Hey, when we come back, we got your birthdays and shout outs. Also, Valerie Randolph is in the building. Watch how bossy she get when she get on this microphone. And we're going to get a chance to talk to Miss Skye Jones. I think she's still walking around the building trying to find it. Well, if you watch it, you'll know she's in the building. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Wake up, Charlie.
Let go.
Good stuff. Bossy, can you switch out with Randolph?
Sure.
For me? And then we'll-
Right.
Right, here we go. This is a flash drive too, huh?
Yes. That's
That's got
the
your work
whole
on it.
project, the videos, everything.
Good stuff is always people.
Southeast, I'm proud of you. Man, I'm proud of you.
Person to say no to is yourself.
You can grab it at bossyisbossydoes.com. It's also available at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. It's now available at Foyles in the UK and London. It's the largest bookstore in London, so make sure you check it out. It's 5 levels
That's her water.
to the
She
bookstore.
probably
They actually
won't.
have a theater
This
as
is yours,
well
too.
as a cafe inside. So check us out. Now, international audience. Check us out. BossyIsBossyDoes.com. The 5 keys that open doors.
Yeah, because she go grab her water and your phone is
Joy just sent
There you
me a
go.
right.
Hey, Tata.
Have good friends. Michael just put it on somebody's water, so water just
Do it to the water.
people can't drink their water
Yes.
and all that good stuff.
If you got me at large, we're gonna be fighting.
I did. What? You want a medium, small? You like real tight?
Tight? Do I look like
I'm
I know, Nina.
Look, she just grabbed something. Why didn't you say thank you first? Didn't your mama
No,
teach
I
you
did
about
not
it?
say thank you.
I know you did.
You still
I
better
said,
wear
why
it.
didn't you?
You had me walking all around this building looking for you.
No,
That's why I'm a
you
little
wasn't looking
upset.
for me. I was waiting downstairs at the elevator with this lady.
Just tie it in a knot in the back.
I'm gonna cut a V in the top.
Oh my God.
What size is that?
Small. You want the small tip?
Probably fit that.
What you saying? I need your large.
We
You
might need
better watch your
to
mouth.
switch. We might need to switch. You got it. Scott, you got us. Our sizes mixed up, Scott.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Morehouse, what up, bro?
Hey.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Hey, we got some awesome people in the building with us today. We're going to get a chance to meet Miss Skye Jones today. She's in the building. We're going to talk about her foundation, Skye Precious Kids. She's going to be hanging out with us today. Also got to give a shout out to my man Amillion. I'm talking about.
Amillion.
I just looked at he got a CD, a DVD in here. And Vibe Magazine said Amillion, the poet, is the bridge between spoken word and hip hop. And that came from the Vibe. So shout out.
So you already know that's official.
That's official.
He also was like, I don't like the way that flyer looks. Can somebody redo it? And I said, oh, okay, all right. Well, let me get on it real quick.
Hey, if you got a birthday today, happy birthday to you. And here's some celebrities that share that same day birthday with you.
Is that Sweet Tea?
Where? Nah, shawty. That's that good stuff up there. Ain't no sweet tea in here. Fetty Wap is celebrating a birthday today.
Come on,
Fetty
Fetty,
Wap
happy
turns
birthday.
27 years old today. Also gotta say happy birthday to Iggy Azalea. She turns 28 years old today. Sway Lee
Iggy
is
is playing with that body,
23.
boy.
Sway Lee is from Ray Shermer. I think that Shermer. That
Ray
group.
Shermer.
But the crazy part about it, Sway Lee was one of the writers on Formation though for Beyonce. So Lil Sway began his production and writing on. Happy birthday to him. Also, actor Liam Neeson is 66 years old today. Bubba Chuck. Bubba Chuck turns 43 years old, a.k.a. Allen Iverson, one of the greatest basketball players of our generation, is 43 years old today. Mr. It Ain't Unusual to Be Loved Anyone. Tom Jones, that's his name. Tom Jones is 78 years old today. Bear Grylls celebrated a birthday today. Also, Mike Pence. Does anybody know who Mike Pence is?
He's in politics.
He's y'all vice president.
That's what I said.
He's 59 years old.
Nobody knows.
Right, nobody knows.
Nobody.
Also, celebrating a birthday today, Mick Foley turns 53. If you're a WWE, WWF wrestling fan, you remember him as Mankind or Cactus Jack. But Mick Foley turns 53. Jordan Clarkson is 26 years old today. Red Hot Chili Pepper Dave Navarro turns 51 years old today. Anna Kournikova turns 37 years old today. And a couple of WB birthdays today. Skye, WB birthdays or would have been birthdays. Dean Martin would have been 101 years old today. He passed away when he was 78. And when we talk about one of the greatest to ever do it, he would have been 60 years old today. We lost him 3 years ago. He goes by the name of Prince. Prince would have been 60 years old today. So happy birthday to Prince.
Happy birthday to my homeboy, Mr. Omari Gray. Happy birthday. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you from us, Michael and Joy at Power 108.9.
Today's show is brought to you by Valerie Randolph. And guess who is in the building? Valerie Randolph. Hey, Miss Randolph.
Hey, how are you doing this
Valerie, that
morning?
green looks good on you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
it does.
you.
How you been since last week?
Doing good.
Good.
Good. I started, a vegan, plant-based lifestyle.
I was gonna say one step
Y'all
at a
know
time,
that,
baby.
man.
One step at a time.
Oh yeah, that's the big step.
We're going to
I
a
know. Look, for anybody.
yeah. I was gonna say we're going to a vegan restaurant. Rewind. Yesterday was my sister-in-law's birthday, and I totally forgot.
Oh, happy birthday, sister-in-law.
Nasa turned a year older yesterday.
Yay.
I called her yesterday for her birthday,
She didn't pick
and
up.
I said, no, she answered the phone. I said, hey, happy birthday. She was like, you never called me for my birthday. I was like, all right, then, bye. That's how that conversation went. But happy birthday to
Clearly.
Nasa.
I can so see
You
that.
made me think about when she talked about vegan, because my sister-in-law and her husband, they are vegan. They've been vegan going on 1.5 years, and we're going to a vegan restaurant, I think tomorrow or Saturday
For their
dinner. So
birthday?
I'm looking forward,
You
looking forward
have
to
to
it.
tell me about the restaurant and tell her to send me some recipes, please.
Well, I'm bringing ribs. I'm taking ribs. I'm gonna take a bag of ribs.
He was like, I'm gonna take what I know I'm gonna eat, because clearly ain't nothing on that menu for me.
Nothing, but no, I'm just joking. I got you. But why vegan? Why?
Switching it up.
Well, about 3 years ago, I was misdiagnosed with a condition called lupus. And I just could not accept that diagnosis. And from there, I met a rheumatologist by the name of Dr. Cynthia Elliott. And she did some additional testing, found out my rheumatoid factor was high. I did not have lupus.
Amen.
And so I went on a quest to try to rid the inflammation out of my body. And I just kept zigzagging, going back and forth, and got introduced to the vegan rep, Antoine Knighton. Shout out to Antoine. And he helped me to understand this was the best way for me to go.
And you speaking about zigzagging, that's how people do when they come into your office, or even pick up the telephone for a consultation, they zigzag with their policies, whether it's their auto policy or their life policy. It's hard for them to make a decision, but one of the most reasons you have been successful for the past 97 years is that
Not 97.
you're an educator, though, and you help them from doing all that zigzagging.
Yes, I try to do my very best. If people will listen and say no to themselves, you know, I really liked your information you were bringing out today. And the hardest person to say no to is ourselves. You know, this flesh it can get dangerous sometimes, and to be able to master that thing about saying no to you is a very, very good thing. But yes, we do a lot of education in my office. That's very, very important.
And every time we talk about you, I mention that you are a multi-line insurance agency. What does that mean, Valerie?
That means when you think about insurance, think about me.
I do it all.
I do it all. Some person in my office handles that facet of insurance. I don't try to touch everything, but I try to empower the people that work for me to do it.
So when we think of insurance, I mean, automatically I would think of life insurance, car, you know, insurance for your business, renter's insurance. Are there other things out there that the common person probably wouldn't know that might need to be insured?
You did very good, Joy.
I did good.
Mentioning that construct, but up under those titles is a lot of different types of insurance. So did a good job, Joy.
I actually had someone who was a motivational speaker, and they were wondering, and I guess this is a really great question for Elam, whether or not he should get insurance on himself, just liability. Say, for example, he's given advice and the woman takes it and her and her husband get a divorce, and now the husband's mad because he gave her advice to get a divorce. You know what I mean? Like, is there some type of insurance that can cover him from
being liable
for anything?
What excess liability? On all different policies that you have a primary component as liability. On your auto, you have bodily injury and property damage liability. On your property insurance, you have liability. Now, there's a policy that acts as an umbrella over all the different policies that you have, and it's called, some people call it personal umbrella, some people call it excess liability. But most importantly, it protects your assets. Okay, it protects the things that you own. It even protects unearned income. A lot of people say, I don't have anything. Yeah, you have ability to earn an income.
Right.
And in the state of Georgia, they give those wonderful attorneys that you hear out there on the radio every single day an opportunity to come at you, okay, and all the assets and your unearned income. So if you get a check from somebody, have the thought of getting a check from somebody, have the thought of earning an income, you want to protect it. And you do that by getting excess liability.
Excess liability.
Because it's a shield over every type of policy that you have. For an example, getting in a car accident. Someone is seriously injured. They can't go back to work. And that person gets a settlement of, let's say, $1 million. And you have a basic liability policy that just gets you on the road. You got that car, you were so excited. You got liability, you protect the car, you got collision and comprehensive, but you got basic, which is $25,000 each person, $50,000 per accident. Well, that person got $1 million settlement. What's going to happen to that $950,000? Well, they're going to come after that income that you have not earned yet. You'll be paying for a very long time.
So that's when the excess liability comes in.
That's right.
Brandon, BD now, then call me.
It's crazy, Valerie, because people are more likely to insure things than themselves.
You got it. You got it. We will put all the insurance on a car that is worth $2. I deal with this every single day.
Your car is not worth $2.
Yes,
I know
it
what
is.
you drive.
A lot of, well, not mine, but you know, a lot of cars are worth $2 on the road.
Yes,
especially to the insurance company. It was worth a lot to you because it gets you back and forth. But if you look at some of these sites and it tells you what the value of your car is, you might get a hot $1,000.
Right.
After deductible, $500. And a lot of people ask me, they say, well, Valerie, what's going to happen if I take that collision off my car and I get in an accident? I don't know what you're going to do. Same thing you were going to do with that collision on it. The insurance company is going to give you that $500 And you better hope you can get somebody to finance whatever you buy the car for, because it's not going to happen.
Valerie Randolph is in the building with us today. As a matter of fact, today's show is brought to you by the Randolph Agency. You can check her out every Thursday on Michael and Joy, but if it's not a Thursday and you want to reach out to her, you can hit her up at her office because they're located at 1995 Whitney Hill Road. Visit the website, therandolphagency.com, or you can give them a call at 770-435-7667. Hey, guess who's in the building?
Hey,
Skye Jones is here. What up, Skye? Man, that was your cue when I said, what up, Skye?
Yeah.
What up? Hey, how are you?
Welcome to the show, Skye. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, rocking that polo, I see. Yeah, we can.
You made it.
Huh?
It's pink and green.
It's
Oh,
pinky
it's pink and
green.
green. What that mean?
That's Valerie is pink and green.
What it mean?
Uh-oh. Let's not go there.
Hey.
Look, excess liability.
Right, Skye Jones is in the building. First of all, Skye, where are you from? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from here, Atlanta, Georgia. I am the founder of a nonprofit organization that caters to families of children who suffer from chronic illness.
Okay.
We assist them in areas of education, health, and overall family situational well-being.
Gotcha. What high school did you attend?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Well,
That open
originally,
campus.
no, I graduated from Southwest DeKalb. From Southwest DeKalb. I went there my senior year, but I spent most of my time at Campbell and Ingalls Landing.
Okay, Campbell's over here
Yes,
in this
the Cobb
area.
area, yeah.
That's Ryan Cameron and Julia Roberts.
Yeah,
know
they
that,
went
didn't you?
there.
That's where they
And
went.
then you end up going to Southwest DeKalb.
Yeah, my
Rashawn
mother
Ali.
graduated from there, so she wanted me to graduate from there. So she made sure I went there my senior year.
I got you. Now, Skye Precious Kids,
Skye
we
Precious
know
Kids.
what it's about, but why did you start this foundation?
I started it because it's families out there and children who have rare diseases that nobody knows about, and most of the organization only caters to one illness, and we cater to them all. So what about the families who have financial hardship, who have a rare disease that need help? What about those families?
What's your background?
My background is actually, you wouldn't believe it, nothing to do with this. Honestly, I thought that I would be an actress.
Okay.
That's what.
Well,
that's
here is
my
your stage, girl.
No, but it's like God kind of like turned my life like totally around. Everything that I thought I was working towards, everything I thought my future was gonna be, it did a completely U-turn. Actually, he stripped me from everything that I had, literally, and I didn't know what, so I just continued to pray, and they kept saying Skye Precious Kids, because originally I came up with the idea and everything, 2013.
We can't
2013. I came up with the idea in 2013, but I kept, putting it down, because it's a lot of work, really. And then it's a lot of free work, so I was like, okay, I'm into making fast money, so I'm like... and so then it said, stop here. I was so scared. I was like, I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to ask them for money. I didn't know how to do anything. So I have a complete day schedule. I walk out there and then I turn back around and I was like, I can't do it. And so then I took the step with volunteering at the Children's Hospital of Atlanta. And then things just start happening. And then everything started happening. And things starts falling in place. I had no knowledge about nonprofit. I didn't have no knowledge about anything. But I have gained so much knowledge on everything. It's like I'm in college.
Yeah.
I know things about accounting. I know things about insurance. I know so much things. It's crazy.
How do you decompress, because with your foundation you work around a lot of kids that are suffering. What do you do when you get home and you think about these kids and you want to just bring every last one of them to your house and you can't?
I don't want to bring every last one up to my house, but what I do
Let me get that.
I was gonna say, it's kind of like a metaphor.
No, but it's not like that. When I get home, and the whole thing it gives me the motivation to keep going. When I get tired, when I get weary, when I get frustrated, I know that I'm doing it not just for me, but for them. And I know that I'd be okay. So I have to make sure they okay. So it's like every day, even when I get tired or things don't go my way, I'm like, oh, okay, I know I got to make sure. If I have a family call me that say, oh, okay, I'm in a shelter. Oh, my child has this. I don't have medical supplies. I don't have the money for medical treatment. Oh, I can't pay my bills, I can't pay the payment arrangement they have, or my child is falling behind in school. We offer tutorial for them as well. We have after school programs for them as well. So it's like, why not help? And so even with me having my own organization, I still volunteer at other organizations as well. I volunteer at the Atlanta Children's Shelter, and I still volunteer at the Atlanta Children's Hospital.
Hey, Skye Jones is hanging out with us today. She is the founder of Skye Precious Kids. You can check her out. What's that website again?
www.skyepreciouskids.org.
Hey, that's one reason why I don't work at the Humane Society, because I want to bring all the dogs and cats home. I want to say everybody coming home. You heard I say everybody Amillion. That's for our DC folks out there. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Skye, Amillion, and Miss Tara. Yes, Tara. Yes, I got it right. We're going to talk about the book. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com. Wake up.
Lego.
Hey, Angela.
How long
I'm so happy to see you. Wow.
Joining
this morning.
How long is your organization?
Since 2013.
Well, oh my gosh, we
actually,
got the
everything
Star agency owner and Mississippi Stephen James
so
that joined me. Oh, I am so honored and so humble. Thank you. Especially thank you for all you do. That Purple Purse Foundation, yes. We love everybody that you do. Thank you so much.
Start organizations and you never hear anything about them.
Yes, got Terrace Manor in the house.
It's a lot of things that you don't know about.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't know.
You just gotta keep going.
All right, where we at in the musical chairs now?
You right there.
You heard that? Okay. No, you good.
Hey, Mikey. Nina said, you're dope, Tara. I still remember her from the Entrepreneur event. My team is up through the
We can change. Shall I say hi?
Michael.
The whole thing
Sparkle said you never came and got her.
I do a lot of events. We do adult events because it's so kind of Allstate can't.
We need to hook you up with Ryan Kilmore. He's a saxophonist and he does
But we're doing celebrity
I had to get your contact information too.
So we really do all types of events.
She's in a song suite. She's one on Instagram.
I know a girl. It's all about having fun and spreading the word.
Well, the cool thing is that they have it like it was set up, and I didn't realize.
But yeah, I like this.
Asking about the different types.
Yeah, she knows she don't want to take stuff.
All the different types of illnesses that's out there. That's how much person is it's like the main thing like
With the insurance, I really just want to tell her about nonprofit insurance and how to cover myself when it doesn't. All type of things. Like I really been searching for the right insurance company and just educating myself on that.
I'm about to try it.
Yeah, just use that piece in the back.
This need its own app for itself. This needs its own Instagram page too. Let me know. It's
so much. That's right. So I need everything. We need all the
Well, we haven't got the came to the right place this morning because we're gonna.
Real independent woman, strong mother. That's how I moved to Delaware. You know, we had to escape poverty when my father was doing time. So everybody from that hustler originally to me seeing her work 2 9-to-5s and, you know, get it from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know, those were my role models. And then as I got exposed, you know, you get other people.
There you go.
Knowing that you had all of these other outside influences that could just, you probably were just one conversation away from that other life. What kept you from that?
I would say my daughter. It was my daughter. My daughter's 10, just turned 11 now. And I walked out of my 9-to-5 when she turned 2. And it's been, you know, I say a dollar in a dream. And
Yeah.
for me, it's been a daughter in a dream. Literally, I didn't even have a dollar when I first started.
Yeah.
So I think I would definitely put her front up there. But I guess I'm inspired and motivated by it all.
Yeah. Hey, Amillion is in the building with us today. You can check him out. He's going to be in Atlanta all weekend long. We're going to tell you how you can hang out. Hey, this is the portion of the show where we play a game called This or That, and it gives our listeners / viewers a little more insight into your life, Amillion. All right? This is very fun and clean. I know your publicist is over there sweating like, what are they about to do? Look how she
They didn't talk about this.
But it's fun, though, because we mentioned originally you grew up from Southeast DC, moved to Delaware. So, for example, did you guys have y'all cereal on top of the refrigerator or in a pantry?
Actually, ours was in the refrigerator.
Oh, it was in
I was in, when I said Southeast, I meant Pomeroy Road.
Yeah, y'all ain't want no roaches to get
Yeah, roaches. Just keep it real.
It was like, nah,
That wasn't even on the top.
Hey, that's when I stopped.
Man,
I had to stop eating them Dick'em Smacks.
Man,
You know, the
listen.
one with the frog
with
on
the
there?
frog on the, no, those were just called smacks.
Smacks,
Yeah.
I think they were Dick'em Smacks
No.
before, Joy. I might have to put $3 bet on that.
I was gonna say,
But them little
smacks,
smacks, you put them in the water, in the milk, and it looked like little roaches. I was like, oh, Mom, I don't want those.
Sticky on the outside.
Something was booming in my cereal. But that's how the game is going to go. We're going to go through a list of questions. We knew you were coming on the show like, 19 months ago? So what I did was I created some questions. And what we did was we answered the questions based off of how we think you would answer them. All right? You know what I'm saying?
It's a competition.
It is a competition between Joy and I. We are very competitive. And
757 versus
202.
DMV.
202. And right now the score is 15-9. Actually, you lost yesterday. You weren't here. Rose set in for you.
I was going to say,
and I came back at the last minute. So it's 15-9 is the score after what? 40 shows. Today is our
How did I lose
40th
it?
show.
I wasn't here.
Well,
though.
she played in your place.
No.
Hey, so you wake up in the morning, Amillion, you got 2 boxes of cereal on the table. One is Frosted Flakes. The other is Captain Crunch. Which one are you choosing?
How you get to my top 2? That's
Hey,
crazy.
I knew you was coming.
And you
scary now.
And you can't mix them. You can't
This
mix
is
them.
scary.
Yeah, just
I'm going to have to go Frosted Flakes.
Alright, so Joy 1, Michael 0. Alright, how about this one? Cheetos or cheese puffs?
Puffs.
Cheese puffs, 1. Mexican or Italian? And we're talking food, not women.
Italian.
Alright, so Joy 2, Michael 1. Lemon pepper wings or hot wings? And I did not say mumbo sauce. Lemon pepper or hot.
Right.
That depends on where you get them from, but I'm going to have to say lemon pepper.
So it's 3-1. Joy is in the lead. How about this one? McDonald's fries or Chick-fil-A fries?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? 4-1. Y'all met?
No.
Alright, here. I know I got this. Cruise vacation or destination vacation?
Destination.
5-1.
You must be from Atlanta today.
Hey. Ain't no DC in me, is there? At all.
Not in these answers.
Hey, alright, how about this one? Vegas or Miami? Miami, alright, bam, I got that right. So it's 5-2 right now. Alright, here go a real hood question for you. Grape Kool-Aid or red Kool-Aid?
Red.
Red Kool-Aid. Okay, so right now the score is 6-2.
Alright, I'm still winning.
Joy is in the lead.
What
But
the winner get?
Huh?
What the winner get?
Bragging rights. Okay. So the score is 6-2 right now. Joy is in the lead, but no worries because this is the bonus question. And because we are celebrating the birth of one Anna Kournikova.
Come on,
The
Anna.
tennis
The
girl.
tennis player.
The little
She had
white
that
girl.
long ponytail looking like Rapunzel.
The bonus question is worth 37 points today, Amillion. So you can get your boy back in the game if only you answered the question right, alright? So you got a show coming up in Atlanta, right? Where you going to be performing?
The AAMDC Awards.
There
You gotta
you
say
go.
it slow.
Yeah, you gotta say it slow.
Awards.
Well, after the award show, you don't feel like driving home. So what we did was we brought the house phone with us to your show. And there are only 3 numbers in the house phone. And you can only call one of these people to drive you home after the show, okay? For 37 points and a win by either one of us, who are you calling to drive you home? Is it Taraji P. Henson? Maya or Black China? Who are you calling? Who are you calling to drive you home for 37 points? How you sway that man answer? That was so hard.
This man has a mind of his own, clearly.
Listen, I'm going to get beat up for what he said.
Your daughter might beat you up.
Maya or Black China, all three of our DC sisters. Which one are you calling to drive you home?
Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Get it over with.
I'm about to say, right. Painful. Quick and easy.
Drive me home this Saturday.
Yeah. This Saturday. Who driving you home? Just to the house?
Just to the house?
Just to the house. I mean, what you do after that ain't on it.
I'm gonna have to go with Maya.
Maya, well, congratulations, Joy. Hey, one more time. How can we continue to follow and support you?
Please follow me at Amillion the Poet, all social networks, all platforms. And you'll follow me when you follow your dreams. We're going to meet somehow, somewhere.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, when we come back, don't go nowhere because we got more. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com.
Whoop, whoop. Bam, Maya for the win.
That was
Made for not being here yesterday.
I was going to say, that ain't had nothing to do with me. That was Yolanda.
Switch.
Gotcha.
So we're going to play musical chairs.
I appreciate it.
Y'all come out here.
What's your name?
Brittany, right?
Brittany.
Brittany.
Hello, this is Michael McFadden. Michael, good morning. Don't forget to check us out Monday through Friday, 7
So everybody, I thank you this morning for waking up with me and Michael and Joy.
Come on, excess.
You know.
Excess liability. Let me call Brandon. I'm going to get up out of here.
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
You want to say?
No, not now.
Not now.
Anybody want some moonshine this morning?
No, not this
Anybody want shine real quick?
25
Holla, ask
25 days.
Ask me around 3 though. Come on, Joistik commercial.
Rude joystick.
Bossy is, bossy does. She came through with that hardback.
Don't play no
Hey,
Yeah. Like you ain't
I know
falling
that
this,
hardback
okay?
is tough.
It's like you can put it on the shelf and it will not fall down.
Right. She said, you know what? I got all of them. Hardback, audio, softback, Kindle version. We got
two. I got two. Okay.
Bossy is, bossy does. You know, when it is a difference too. When you go buy the books, you be like, oh, hold up, softback is this? Oh, okay, I'ma just eat out this thing through. No. Download
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Today's show is brought to you by the Valerie Randolph. You can check her out. Multi-line insurance agency.
Yes, sir.
Allstate to be more Pacific. Hey, 1995 Windy Hill Road, Smyrna, Georgia is the address. You can call them today, 770-435-7667. So happy that Valerie took those darts away from Chris, because I can only imagine Chris with some live darts in here. And before we get out of here today, I am going to practice y'all know I've been practicing my magic stuff, so I know how to throw darts at a board with a human being standing by there. And today we're going to be practicing it blindfolded. So Brittany is going to participate today. And these magnets.
Brittany's face was like, hold on, what?
It's just a magnet, so if it hits you in your face, it ain't gonna do nothing.
It
So
ain't really
we're gonna do that around 8:15. Also, I'm gonna tell you about
She said, let me slide.
what's the name of that insurance?
Excess liability.
I got that excess liability, Brittany. Tara.
This is a joint interview.
This is not a podcast. This is live radio right now.
Shade.
Hey, we're talking about some of the safest and worst cities as it comes to protecting your identity and your internet. Also, I found a code from Netflix. Well, not a code, but Netflix has a secret. You want to see some movies that aren't on that John? Well, guess what? We're going to tell you how to do that today, which is the 7th of June, 2018.
Today is National VCR Day. Amelia, this is for you. Do you still own a VCR player, or do you know someone who does? Many young people don't even know what a VCR player or VCR tape is. National VCR Day is dedicated to the video cassette recorder. In their time, they were a marvel of technology. The first VCR was introduced in 1956. The home video cassette format was developed in 1970. Shout out to the bookshelf in my mama's house with shelves of VCR tapes.
Does she still have the VCR with the time blinking?
She has a VCR and a DVD, so we could convert her VCRs to DVD.
Man, so I can bring my movie up there. My first independent movie I ever did, 1995-96, is on a VHS. It's at the house right now.
You could, or you could just go to Walgreens and they could do it for like $10.
No, I don't think I would want to.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want that thing to get into the wrong hands.
I would love to see that. I really would.
Hey, there would be. You had to sign the NDA after that one, Shada, because you was not putting me on blast on how great.
You know what I have noticed is that if you sign an NDA with one name and you change it to another one, it's null and void.
Hey, but imagine getting a check in the mail for $1 million, but that check made out to you is really for the wrong amount. Well, that's what happened to my man Eric Gabriel and his family up in North Kakalaki. Now, Gabriel closed an account at Bank of America and was expecting cash, but not that much. He said, I could feel my flesh say, I want this. After he got that $1 million check in his hand from Bank of America, it was a $1 million mistake that the family ultimately corrected by returning the check. Now, they said that we prayed about it and we realized that the best thing to do to glorify God with everything we do, so we decided to take it back to the bank. And the bank said, well, too bad, it was yours. It wasn't a mistake. We just wanted to see how,
We just wanted to see where your face was at.
Right, we wanted to check your face.
Say, Michael, what would you have done?
What? What check? I ain't
one
do
you
that shit.
You probably had to close the account and everything. Cash it and like, let me go on to Wells Fargo.
I would have called Amillion. Hey, Amillion, can you cash this for me, bro? I got you. I'm gonna sign it over to you. You know how we do. It's the Southeast thing. You would not understand. Miss Tara is in the building.
Over to you.
Tara Seals is in the building. Your new book, Bossy Is as Bossy Does, the 5 keys that open doors. Tell us about one of the keys.
So one of the keys is for you to be able to be true to yourself. As we talked about in one of the segments earlier, looking at yourself in the mirror, actually asking yourself those hard questions, having that courageous conversation with yourself about, you know what, you need to get it together, or you need to grow up in this area, you need to do this, or kind of bump it down, or whatever the case may be. Looking in the mirror, asking yourself those hard questions, answering those hard questions at the same time, even talking to yourself at times as well, and getting it together. It's very important that you're able to be true to you, because how can you extend yourself to others if you don't have yourself together?
And you talk about being true to you. The one thing, as soon as I opened the page, it was destiny that I landed on this page as it pertains to, holding yourself accountable. Don't be afraid to speak up, protect your space and energy, and open your damn mouth. You gotta open your mouth with yourself, don't you?
You got to. Because if you are not able to actually say what the issue is, how can you handle the issue? It will never be handled. So we'll keep sweeping it and talking about everybody else's issues while we're sleeping and sleeping. But your issue is only constantly growing while you're constantly helping them with their issues, and their issues are going away. And yours are mounting. So when are you going to actually face your issue and say, this is what I want to do about it? Whether it's weight, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your relationship with family, your business, your money, writing a book, picking up the pencil, doing it the first time, going to that interview, responding, anything. You have to do that.
And Valerie, when we talk about letting all that stuff build up, they do the same thing in your business, don't they? We wait and wait and wait, and now all of a sudden our parents are 79 years old, chronic health issues, and now they want to come knock on your door and say, hey, I need a policy for my parents.
Michael, it is just divine that you brought that up. I have so many people that come to me and they want to get insurance on their parents. And I said, okay, what's the health condition of your parents? Well, they're in a nursing home and, they have heart conditions or whatever. And then my next question, do you have any life insurance on yourself? No, I don't want to talk about that. I don't need any right now. Come on, people. Insurance is all about probability of a situation happening. Think about it. The higher the probability of it happening, the higher the premium. You are going to have to start at ground zero with yourself. Okay?
Before you can go get a policy on your parents.
No, you can get a policy on your parents, but the probability of you being able to afford it,
right?
Okay, you're talking about getting insurance on an 80-something-year-old person who is in a nursing home and has all of these chronic illnesses. Probability of you being able to not only afford it or just getting it. The insurance company is saying this risk is going to happen tomorrow. No, we're not going to take on that risk. You don't wait till the probability is at its highest point.
Right, exactly.
In order to take care of it.
Yeah.
The probability, the lower the probability of it happening, the better the premium is.
Right. Why are we just so afraid of what we know is inevitable?
I don't know. We have a lot of misnomers that we carry in our lives. You know, oh girl, I don't want to talk about death. It might happen. Oh, it's going to happen. If you are born, you are going to die. Hey, rude awakening here, people. You know, so we've got to get all of those things that hinder us from making that move. You know, probability of you getting in a car and having an accident is high, but you get a car.
But you still do it.
Okay?
Right.
You finance that car.
Well, you know, I pray first.
Girl, you been in my office?
I know that's what they be saying. I pray first.
Yeah, the Lord got me. You know,
He got you today, but tomorrow might be different.
The Lord gives you a discerning spirit.
Amen.
He gives you the ability to make choices.
Amen.
Okay?
What that funeral director gonna say when you walk in his office talking about, hey, I need to bury my parents, but the Lord got me. He gonna be like,
this is
did
not
he send a check?
Right? With you. Right? This is not a non-for-profit agency.
Right.
We're here to make a dollar.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have to be paid before we bury you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tara, when you go back, do you read your book from time to time?
You know what? I actually do, because I always want to be in tune with the most common person that's reading the book. I suggest that ages 13 and up read the book.
Okay.
I've had some parents that have approved their child to read it. A lot of parents that are kids that are going off to college for the first time or having some type of drastic situation in their life, they grab the book for them, because the book is 64 pages.
Okay.
I'm not going to waste your time or mine.
Bam.
And the information is useful on each page. Have you ever had a book and it's like 500 pages? You're like, well, damn, they could have told me. Why did they waste my time? So with Bossy does, that's something that even anytime I'm writing, whether it's an article or whatever, I get straight to the point. That's just the type of person I am anyway. Like I said, I don't want to waste your time or mine. So when you grab the book and you get it, it's in good print. You can read it. It's not something that you're trying to wear with my reading glasses at. You know, it's great for all ages, because it's something that you can pick up at any point in your life if you don't have it together and you are not the boss of yourself. Or you may be allowing somebody else to boss you around. Your kids.
Yeah.
Hello, parents. I'm a teacher. Stop letting your kids boss you around.
Right.
Stop coming in the meetings and saying, I don't know what to do with him.
Right. Let's figure it out.
Get it together.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Green Kool-Aid or red Kool-Aid?
Red Kool-Aid. I'm from Memphis 10, baby. I'm from Whitehaven. It's Black Haven, but they used to call it Whitehaven. But all our counterparts are there. So it's Black Haven all day long. So red for sure.
Tara, for all of the authors that are out there that aspire to eventually want to write a book, you said that it's 64 pages. How long did it take you?
Actually, it took me 1 year from start to finish, because I did my whole book project myself.
Okay.
With no prior knowledge. I got tired of asking people halfway want to give you the information. People want to charge you this for no information. I am the type of person, I believe in paying for information, because knowledge pays.
Right.
And executing knowledge will pay you.
Right.
If you're willing to get the information. However, I'm not going to pay for something that's had, you know,
You can say ass.
half ass. I like to push out. Anyway, half ass.
I would have never thought that. I would have never thought you
Oh
liked
yes,
to cuss.
girl. Yes, I do. my
you a
granny
teacher.
Yes, I am. And my granny taught me at 8 years old that she told me one thing you will always need to know is know how to curse.
There you
You will always need to use it.
Come through, Grandma.
Come through, Granny. And rest in peace, Granny, as well.
Rest in peace, Granny. I asked Amillion about his style, and I'm going to ask you about your style. Not your writing style, about your style, because you was killing them earrings and that necklace. I love
I'm
that.
about to say shout out to Body Decor Boutique.
Yes, that's my other baby, Body Decor Boutique. This is where the earrings came from, Soul Sister. I just created a Soul Sister line for 4 t-shirts. We have them on mugs, pillows, and then of course the Soul Sister earrings as well.
Nice. What about that necklace though?
The necklace, this is a representation of me being a fashion designer, so I wear it when I go different places or whatever. But people always ask about the hanger. I also created a line called No Wire Hangers because I hate wire hangers.
I'm about to say, we watch that movie, girl.
Bossy is Bossy does. The 5 keys that open doors. Where can they get it, Miss Tara?
At Bossy Does. BossyIs.com. You can also get it on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. It is now being sold at Foyles in the UK. So I'm now an international self-published author. Whoop whoop.
Hey, if you're in the Houston area, you already know that it's hot as hell in Houston right now. But it's not just the weather that is hot. The job market is blazing in Houston. Now, oil and energy jobs have increased by more than 12% in the Bayou City within the last year, more than double the national job growth here in the United States of America. Now, the jobs are out there. It's just a matter of people finding them and putting forth the effort to get an actual job. Now, with so much good news, there is a little bit of bad news because if you're not healthy enough to work, though, you may not be able to call out sick because more than 40% of the state's workforce, that's 4 million Texans, aren't allowed paid sick days, according to a report at the Center for Public Policies and Priorities. No sick days? No, I'm not working there. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk to Skye, we're going to talk to Miss Seals, and we're going to talk to Amillion, and we're going to wrap this thing up with Miss Valerie Randolph. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Wake up.
Let go.
It's time.
Stop, precious kids.
Skye, we're gonna switch out one more time.
RG.
This is your
Good
homegirl.
job.
This is your
I
baby.
gotta shout her out. God, she reminds so much of
You ain't on the interview.
Stop,
well,
precious
you
kids.
here
Not
today. I feel like I was looking at you,
Thank you. I
girl.
appreciate it.
Come on, Tennessee.
Linda,
Memphis 10 in the building, baby.
your
Tennessee.
homegirl. Memphis in the house.
Tennessee. Lord, I really.
Take it back on.
Tennessee.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Shout out to everybody that got a VCR in their house right now and that time still blinking.
Shout out to you, Mom.
Well, you can never get that damn clock set. That was the hardest thing in the world. And then the light go out, you know, not the light, but you go to sleep and the damn VCR is still blinking. Like, yeah.
You know, back in the day, I mean, I
Oh, what was that noise?
I can't sleep with them extra lights on.
I had one of them old. She said her VCR went.
Your VCR was eating your
Yeah, it was.
That's what it
It's
said.
like, what happened?
Skye Jones is in the building with us today, founder of Skye Precious Kids, a non-profit organization based right here in ATL, Georgia. And Skye, what's next for you, sis?
Basically, we're coming up with an SBK Kids hair product.
Okay.
Yay.
So that's going to be really, really cool and fun. But we do have an upcoming celebrity kickball charity event that's
Nice.
going to be August the 4th.
Okay.
So that's going to be really fun. If everybody follows us on our social media at Skye Precious Kids on all platforms, you will get all the updates on all the events that we have. We're also doing events with the LGBTQIA community.
Wow.
Yes, because it is LGBTQIA kids as well, and it's their month. This month, so we're gonna cater
really
to
did
them.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What motivates you, Skye?
The kids. I want to most definitely help the kids. The ultimate goal is to help the kids have an increased quality life because they are our future and we need them for upcoming politicians, doctors, lawyers, things like that. And I just want to be able to get everybody in our community involved and just to spread awareness. A lot of people don't want to spread awareness or to even donate or anything like that because it doesn't happen to them. But if it happened to them, then they want you to support or they want organizations to help them. If you're not a millionaire, you're going to need support from an organization. It's just what it is. Your insurance is not going to cover all of your medical expenses, your medication, your co-payments, the treatment. Because if you have a chronic illness, your insurance is only going to pay for so much of the treatment, and the doctor's only going to do so much. And another thing that really touches me when I go to the hospital and things like that are the single parents or the parents that have more than one child and they can't spend the time that they need with the child who they don't know if they're going to live the next day, the next month, or whatever. But they have to continue to go to work so that they can keep a roof over their head and also provide. Go ahead.
One of the things, I mean, I just feel like when you're here, you're just giving so much of yourself. What are you doing to replenish yourself emotionally?
I just pray. I just pray like this gives me energy. This gives me life. I breathe this day in, day, night, sleeping.
Come on,
Skye Jones is in the building, founder of Skye Precious Kids, a non-profit organization right here in our beautiful city of ATL, Georgia. For more information, where can they go?
www.skyepreciouskids.org.
There you go. Amillion, you're in Atlanta this weekend. What you got going on again? Say it real slow now.
The AAMBC Awards.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And how can we continue to follow you and support you?
Definitely. Amillion Report on all social networks. AMILLIONTHEPOET. You know, DC sometimes we like to put the DA. So everything the way it's spelled and sound in AmillionReport.com.
Amillion, who are you and what do you do?
I am Aaliyah's father, and I support her by living my dreams.
Amen. That's good.
That's Amillion. Hey, before we get out of here, Valerie Randolph is going to give us some parting words as it pertains to the entire show today and talk about getting out there, being a boss, opening doors 1,000,000 times in the sky. Y'all like how I did that?
There go your 16 bars. That's you.
Oh, we ready?
Yeah, that's you. You're Valerie, remember?
Wow. Sometimes I like to forget. No. I'm always inspired. Every Thursday that I come in here, I meet some amazing people that give so much of themselves, you know, and get so very little in return. But the little that you get is worth what most people get in excess. So I applaud you. I thank you. Continue to do what you do because God's blessings always overflow.
I said, so that was, go ahead, Valerie.
And last but not least, please think about the people that you will leave behind if something happened to you. Get some life insurance, okay? There's a product out here created for everybody. Don't let anybody try to tell you because what they have is best for you. Sit down with a licensed professional and do it. Have them to do a needs analysis and find out the right product for you.
Valerie Randolph and the RandolphAgency.com is her website. You can check her out at 1995 Windy Hill Road in Smyrna, Georgia, 770-435-7667. Got to say thank you to Miss Tara. The book is called Bossy Is as Bossy Does. Also, shout out to you, Skye, and definitely shout out to my homeboy, Amillion, the poet, for hanging out with us today. Hey, before we get out of here, Netflix has a request page that lets you order shows and movies that are not in the library. Now, the feature is hidden within Netflix help screen, and you can also be accessed if you go to michaelandjoy.com. We got that link up there, too. Now, users can ask for any 3 movies or TV shows of their choice by filling out an online form. Now, although the company says that there's no guarantee that it will get it to you, however, this is a secret feature that was found in China. Somebody was messing around and stumbled upon it and said, hey, guess what? And they put it on Twitter. Now everybody knows. So if you want to check out that...
Ain't nobody keep nothing good to us.
Right, exactly. Everybody messing up the spot, making the block hot.
About to say, so about that.
Hey, if you missed any of today's show, all you got to do is go to michaelandjoy.com and check us out right there. Or just go to Power 108.9. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. Power 108.9. Shout it! Wake up! Watch me about to put this big ass t-shirt on.
Hey, it's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. You better turn that music off. Hey, everybody on live still? You tripping.
Awesome, y'all.
Look. All right, Marcus Zuckerberg, we gotta go now. From the top of my head to the soles of my feet, I ask that God watch over you, keep you, protect you, expand your territory and your capacity. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank everybody that showed up this morning. I really,
for all the
really
information on all the guests, please go over to michaelandjoy.com. Thank you guys.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, some
Stephen,